Good evening, friends. Today start Salesforce Fresher Interview questions. First questions. What all can be done using a workflow? Answer. We can only perform the below action using the workflow. Feeds, update, email alert, create task, send and outbound message. Next question. Can we remove the pending the time based the actions? Answer. Yes, we can delete pending automations from the times based the workflow option in the setup. Next question. Who all can be part of queue? Answer. User, public, group, role, and subordinate, both internal and portal territories and territories subordinate. Next questions. What is the use of queues? Answer. Queues in Salesforce are used to priorities, distribute, assign, and share the workload among the team members sharing the workload. Next questions. Can we update a child records using the workflow? Answer. No, we can. No, we can only update the records itself or parents records in case of master details relationship only. Next questions. Can we see all the time dependent workflow actions that are the line to up to be executed? Answer. Yes, we can monitor all the pending automations related to the time dependent workflow in the time-based workflow option in the setup. Next question. Who can manually share the records? Answer. Records unwere any users above the role hierarchy or administrations can manually share the records. Next questions. What is public reads write the transfer available on specific object in the OWD? This option is available only for the case and leads object, along with users being able to read and write and records. They can also transfer ownership of the records depending on whether they have appreciate access to the profile. Next questions. How is the access of the details object in the case of the master relationship control? Answer. OWD of the child is a control by the parents and the parents object access to the details object is a control only will depending the relationship you select. Either option to the define the access if a user has a minimum read access on the parents records. They can edit the child's records. They can edit the child records if the users has edit access on the parents records only. Remember, users also need to have access at the profile level to edit the object. Next questions. Can we restart user logging in from the unauthorized IP address? Answer. Yes, we can, but IP address are the valid and if users of that Particular profiles try to login IP address outside of those defining they will be denied access. Next questions. What is the view all and modify all permissions? Answers. View all and modify all fields from everything is in the system. Irrespective of OWT, what sharing rules are set up in system, users with his permission will be able to see or edit all the records present in the system for a particular object. It gives users the ability to mass update, mass transfer, and mass delete records. Next questions. What will be what will happen if a fields is a hidden thought feeds level security and the users search for the value in the feeds. Answer. Feeds level security does not prevent users from searching one of the value in the feeds. When search term match feeds value the protected by fields level security, the associated the records are the returns without the protected fields and they are the value in the search result. Next questions. Who can call? Who sorry? Who all can be the part of the queues? Answer: users, public groups, roles, and subordinate, both in the internal and portal territories and territories subordinate. Next questions. What is the use of queues? Queues is a Salesforce are used to authorize, distribute, assign, and share the workload among the teams members sharing the workloads. Next questions. Can we upgrade the child's records using the workflow? Answer: no, we can only update the records itself, parents record in the case of master details relationship only. Next questions. Can we see all time dependent workflow actions that are the line up to be executed? Answer: yes, we can the monitor all depending the automation the related of the times and dependent workflow in the times based workflow option is set up. Next question. Who can manually share the records? Answer: records owner any users above the rows hierarchy of the annotations can be manually share the records. Next questions. Can the object have a multiple approval process defined for it? Yes. As a per the current release, you can have 1000 active approval process and 300 active the approval the process per object. Next questions. How is the access of the details object in the case of the master detail relationship controls? Answer: AWT of the childs is a control by the parents and the parents object access to the details object is a control by will defining the relationship. You can you select the either option in the defining access. If a user has a minimum read access one the parents records, they can edit and child's records, they can edit the child's records if the users has edit access on the parents records only. Remember, users also needs to have access at the profile level to edit the object. Next questions. Can we restart the login of the users based on one time? Answer: yes, it can be, but only at the profile level. There are related list under the each profile call login the hours where we can defining the start and end time for the each day. Next questions. What is a public read write transfer available on specific object in OWT? This object is available only for the case and leads object along with the users being the able to read and write the records. They can also the transfer the ownership of the records depending on the whether can we have appropriate access to the profile. Next questions. Can be the force users to set up the complex password will be set setting users in the Salesforce. Answer yes, we can the define our the passwords policies where we can the choose complexity. Sorry, friend. Uh, we can force user to set up the complex password will setting user in the Salesforce. Yes, answer yes. We can define our the password policies where we can the choose complex fly requirement for each password length and force the users to change the password every 30 days. Next question. What will happen to the call records if we delete an parents record in the lookup relationship? Answer. When we define a lookup relationship between two type object, we can the choose the outcome for if the parents records is deleted but should be happen with lookup the value will be clear on how we will the restart the users from the deleting of the parents records in itself. Note we cannot the select the first options. It will clear the value of the fields if the fields is a as a required. Next questions. What is the difference between defining IP range in the network access and on profiles? Answers. IP range that we defined in the network access just tell us a list of secure IPs that does not require any login challenges like receiving on OTP bill. IP range are the depending on the fuzz. It will restrict the users from the login in other IP others than described on the profiles. Next questions. Can I submit a records for the approval the process without the actually having to click on the submit for the approval the buttons? Answer yes, we can the submit the records for the approval view process builder or even the Apex triggers. आज कुछ सेल्सफोर्स के क्वेश्चन देखे हैं तो फ्रेंड्स मेरे चैनल को लाइक सब्सक्राइब करें मैं और मैं अच्छे से वीडियो बनाऊंगा और अच्छे से वीडियो बनाने के बाद आपको मैं कि इंटरव्यू के लिए बेनिफिट हो सकता है मैं नए नए वीडियो बनाते जाऊंगा आप मेरे चैनल को लाइक और सब्सक्राइब कीजिए थैंक यू